The internet is the centerpiece of entertainment, communication, and information in the modern era, but the impacts of high schoolers' lives is going widely unrecognized. Good morning, my name is Addison B, and today I will be discussing the extent which the growing use of the internet has impacted high school adolescents with respect to sleep deprivation, psychology, and academic performance. So especially applicable to students taking rigorous classes is sleep deprivation. According to the group Sleep Foundation, 54% wake between 5 and 6:30 a.m., 81% go to bed at 8 p.m. or later, and 61% are getting less than 8 hours of sleep. Meaning that and a lot of this is due to adolescent activity being late at night and adolescent biology, but a significant portion of this time comes from internet use. According to the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics, ages 15 through 19 spend 1.3 hours a day playing games or using the computer for leisure. Since the time spent lost by sleep is less than 1 hour, if this time was added to the sleep cycles, then sleep deprivation for the majority of high schoolers would be cured. Additionally, the internet is absurdly good at keeping students awake. The blue light suppressed, according to a study by Harvard Medical School, the blue light suppressed melatonin for about twice as long as the green light and shifted circadian rhythms by as much as 3 hours, by twice as much, 3 hours versus 1.5 hours. Now what this tells us is that the internet is keeping students awake and interfering with their circadian rhythms so that they're unable to go to sleep and missing out on sleep. A solution to this would be to increase the school start times to 8:30. Although this would result in an increase in the public transportation costs and the rescheduling of bus times, the benefit of well-rested students would more than outweigh the lost money. Additionally, the internet negatively affects student psychology. There's two main perspectives on this. According to A World Without Work, the internet, social media, and gaming offer entertainment that are as easy to slip into as watching TV, but all more purposeful and often less isolating. Taking the positive outlook, where the internet can be seen as more social and more engaging to express the student's interests. However, a positive and adverse effect to the internet is that it causes depression because of internet addiction. According to J Family Med Prem Care, 8% of adolescents studied had internet addiction, where they're experiencing depression and spending more time on the internet than interacting with other human beings, and it's affecting their health. Some solutions to this include more research on the amount of time that students can spend on the internet in order to not experience adverse psychological side effects, such as depression. An additional solution would be to educate students and teachers on the effects of internet addiction so future addictions can be prevented. Although this would take time out of the classroom, as seen by anti-smoking campaigns in schools, the results would be worth the expended class time. So specifically with internet and academic performance, it's much more obscure than with sleep deprivation and psychology. So 94% of the internet of students surveyed use the internet for school research, 78% believe the internet helps with schoolwork, and 71% use the internet for the last project of report. As we know, the internet is helping make school easier for both teachers and students. However, additionally, as Richard Nixon stated in his address to the nation on Labor Day, and so these are 4 elements of productivity: investment in new technology, job training, good management, and employee motivation. By implementing school technology and the internet into schools, schools are preparing students for the future where they can apply their technological skills to the technological requirements of their careers. However, in the classroom, according to the Journal of Media Education, students spend 20% of the classroom time using digital devices for activities unrelated to class, mostly text messaging, but also emailing, web surfing, checking social media, and even playing games, where students are, although the internet is helping students in the classroom learn more, it's also distracting them from the curriculum. A solution to this is internet restriction in schools, where the school internet, there are restrictions placed on certain websites so that all internet use using the school is educational. However, the adverse side effects of this, or the limitations of this, are that students can use data roaming to access internet in schools and therefore can bypass the internet restrictions, but it's the first step that we need to take to control internet use in schools. And finally, what questions?
All right, I got two for you. First up, how valid and reliable were the sources that you used, and how do you know they were reliable?
Well, I consistently use journals in my research, and so they're supported by psychological evidence and the credibility of other journalists and researchers in the journal. And so that's why I knew they were reliable. There was the names of the authors, several researchers involved, phone numbers, contact information, and that is why I know.
And then the next question, what advice would you have for other researchers to consider this topic?
Okay, so as I discussed in my presentation, researchers need to focus specifically on the internet's effects on the different aspects of my presentation. For instance, when it comes to sleep deprivation, there are so many different causes of sleep deprivation that the internet is so recent that a lot of the sleep deprivation research pertains to older forms of entertainment such as TV and chores and other things like that, where the specific effects of internet addiction and internet use are not being studied in regards to sleep.
All right, thank you.